I know I promised you guys yesterday to do an easy and lazy workout that we don't get off the mat, and I got so distracted that I did the push-ups, and we were on the mat, but it wasn't as lazy as I would have called it. So today I'll do a 3 series. So we're gonna do leg, inner and outer thighs. We're gonna do arms and back, and abs and back, and we're gonna do arms and glutes. So we're gonna break it down into 3 sections. We are not moving from this mat. I promise you guys, we're gonna make it super easy, super lazy, mat Pilates, and we're gonna flow through our exercises. You can do 1 or you can combine all 3 in the same day and have your total body workout done in a lazy way. Yet again, it's easy and effective, and it triggers every single muscle in your body. So let's get started with the inner and outer thigh one, which of course is my favorite one. So let's go ahead and roll down 1 vertebrae at a time, very slowly. Perfect. Once you're all the way down, turn to the side. And let's get started with outer thighs because we're going to work our inner thighs in a little bit. So you have the option of laying down, propping yourself up on your elbow, or getting all the way up and targeting a little bit of your obliques as well. So let's get started with small leg lifts. All you're going to do is pulse up and down. Tiny little bitty movements, no more than 5 or 6 inches. We're not going for the big swings yet. We're trying to target our outer thighs right now. So we're working our outer thighs and a little bit of our glutes. So keep on going. Those shouldn't be hard. It's a small movement, and when you're doing isolated movements like this, you're really working on the small muscles. And if you guys watch my previous videos, you know how I used to have the bulkier legs, and I never thought that I could have smaller and leaner muscles, but it was because it was working the wrong groups of muscles. And so this is working your smaller muscles, so keep going. You want to have those lean, long legs. Try reaching long with your leg as if there's an imaginary wall and you're trying to touch it. It's only a few inches in front of you, so extend your leg forward. Perfect. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's go ahead. Same position. You're still pointing your toes to tiny little bitty circles. Start with one direction, whichever way you want to go. We're going to reverse it in a little bit, so it doesn't matter. And again, you're isolating your outer thigh. You know, a lot of times when most women, we want to target our outer thighs and we want to target our inner thighs. And this is exactly what we'll do today. We'll target both of those areas that are troublesome for most of us. And we're going to work on getting the lean muscles. You want to have that inner thigh gap, and you don't want to have the saddlebags on the side. Well, this is what we're working on right now. So keep on going here. If your arm is getting tired for some reason, you can always rest. You're not going to miss out all that much in your obliques. So if you want to save your energy for the kicks where you're actually lifting your leg a little bit higher and you want to work your obliques a little more, then go ahead and lay down. And once we do the kicks, if you want to get back up on your elbow, that's perfectly fine. So whatever works for you today, let's go ahead and switch to the other side. Make sure you're pointing your toes here. If your toes are starting to cramp, you can go ahead and flex for a little bit and go back to pointing because we are going to flex. So once you flex and point, you're working on different muscle groups. So that's why we always alternate, and then we always do circles. Let's do 10 more here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now flex your feet and lift up and down. Small pulses here again. More than 6 inches off the ground. You can feel your inner thighs touching every time. And usually for these, you can do anywhere between 30 and 100 per set. And you should be pretty set for the rest of the day. You won't need to do any other leg exercises. If you want to do a little bit of squats while you're brushing your teeth or while you're folding laundry and things like that, just incorporate it into your daily routine. But otherwise, this should be sufficient for your legs. I'll go ahead and prep myself down for a little bit while we're still working here. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and circles. So again, you circle your tiny, little bitty circles. One direction first, and then we're going to reverse to the other side. Make sure you engage your core here. A lot of times when you're not engaging your core, you're going to have this movement in your hips where you're wobbling all over the place even though you're laying down and you lose stability. If you engage your core at all times, then you're really stable in all of your exercises. Tuck in your belly here. And that's another really good thing to do throughout the day. If you guys want to have a leaner waist, think about sucking in your stomach. And what you're doing by that, let's go ahead and switch. What you're doing by sucking in your stomach is you're engaging your core muscles at all times. So make it a habit of whenever you're walking, whenever you're talking, to engage your core and constantly work it throughout the day. I mean, not only do you look thinner, but you're also working your abs. Bonus points, I don't know, works for me. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the ups and downs. Remember I said you can get back up so you can get a little bit more of your obliques. If you want to do that, do it. Lift up and down. So once you place your foot down, place it behind your heel. On the way up, place it in front of your toes. So you're almost playing like a little hot potato. You don't want to put it down for too long. You're barely touching the ground if you are touching it at all. So if you don't want to touch the ground, that's perfectly fine. If you just want to touch it for a second, that's fine too. What you're doing is lifting your leg up. So now you're targeting your obliques, your outer thighs, and your inner thighs are working here. Keep it going here. We have one more thing for this leg before we move on to the other side. And we'll be done with our outer thighs. Okay, 10 more here. And I count 1, 1. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last 1. Perfect, you guys. And you can lay back down for this one if you want. You're just going to move your foot towards you to about midline and then go all the way back. So it's a little swing forward and back. In a second, if you want to, you can add your lower leg. So that way you're working both of your sides. Your obliques are working here. So if you're ready and you want to add your lower leg, go ahead and go with me. Little swimmers to the side. You're working everything here. Your whole entire lower body should be on fire. Keep on going. And obviously you're not going to be able to extend your top leg when you've added the bottom one all the way to your midsection, and that's perfectly fine. So 10 more here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Perfect. Get all the way up and switch to the other side. Okay, back to small leg lifts. Point of toes. Engage your abs if you want to here. The obliques are lifted, or you can be down. So we were in Florida this past February, and we went on a gymnastics meet with my husband, and me and the boys went to Universal. And so I had a friend that told me there was a outlet next to Universal, like about, I guess, a mile away from there, and it had a Victoria's Secret store that always had these amazing deals. So I went in and bought every single thing possible, and really like all the stuff that you would probably find in Victoria's Secret that are so expensive were 1/4 of the price. So I walked out of there. I mean, like, people have suitcases walking out. It was absolutely amazing. So if you're in Florida, going to Universal or doing the Disney thing, definitely stop by there because the deals were absolutely amazing. I could not believe the prices. It was crazy. It was unorganized, and it was not your regular shopping experience. But I mean, bargain clothes, I can't turn that down. I don't know about you, but I like something at a bargain price. So keep on going here. And we are coming up with our circles in just a little bit. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, if you don't want to work, go ahead with your circles. If you don't want to work your obliques much right now, since we're not going to that deeper oblique muscle, and you can lay down if that's more comfortable, and just circle your leg forward or backward, whichever way you chose first. So back to Orlando, we had an amazing time. We actually took my dad for the first time with us. So we used to go to Florida with my dad when Brayden was younger, but since Alex had all his medical problems, we didn't travel much with anybody else because we wouldn't leave him. So there was really no point. I mean, besides like spending quality time with family, there was no point of like leaving him with anybody else because I was not okay with the fact that something could happen if he stopped breathing. So anyway, my dad came with us, and for the first time in almost the 5 years that Alex had been born, he stayed with my dad. Robbie and I went out and had an amazing night in Orlando. It was absolutely great. So we started planning on having a Sunday brunch afternoon, like with ourselves, and leaving Alex with dad since he doesn't have any problems at this point and he's comfortable with him. So let's go ahead and switch to the other side. And then the coronavirus happened. Oh my goodness, okay. So we had like all these plans. For years we didn't go out because of Alex's issues. And then we have all these plans to like rekindle our date night or like, you know, day out and whatnot. And coronavirus happens and we can't really do anything. We're stuck at home even more. So I thought it was kind of ironic since, you know, we finally come around. Hey, somebody else can watch Alex. It doesn't need medical assistance at all times. Like, I'm okay with anybody watching him. And now this happens. But anyway, we're almost out of this zone, so I guess we have a couple more weeks and we can start getting out the house a little bit. And let's go ahead and flex our toes, pulse up and down. And small little pulses here. Make sure your toes are flexed all the way. I know a lot of times when I'm working out, I'm thinking like, oh yes, my toes are flexed all the way, my toes are pointed all the way, my legs were extended all the way. But when you're tired, you really think that your body looks different, and then you look at yourself and you're like, goodness, I did not plan on looking that way. Because a lot of times when I started doing about 9 or 10 years ago, is I started working out in front of a mirror. And at first in my old house, it was like a tiny little mirror that somebody had left there from years ago. And I used that. And then once we moved into our new house, actually this was my workout room that I had designated, and I had this custom-made mirror made. I'll show you guys one day, but I had this custom-made huge mirror made for my whole entire off wall, because when I did Pilates or when I did yoga or when I did anything really, I wanted to look at myself and make sure that I'm extending to my best ability, and not only in my head thinking that I was doing something right and in reality I wasn't. So let's go ahead and start our little circles here. But a mirror has really helped me. And like I said, in my first house, with our little starter home, we had like, y'all, the tiniest mirror. It was half of the door. And it was as tall as probably up to my head. Like I could not see my face, but I was not working out my face, so that was not of any concern. But it still helped. And you position it right to where you're doing your exercises, and it still helps with your posture. It helps with the lengthening of your legs. You actually don't realize how crooked you are until you start looking at yourself. Let's go ahead and switch. Or at least I didn't. You know, like whenever you do classes at the gym, if you guys are into that kind of thing, there's always mirrors and you look at yourself and you're like, oh, okay, like I'm doing something wrong. You're more conscious of your movements. Same idea here. Well, I used to work out at this gym whenever we first moved to Baton Rouge because I didn't know anybody. So I got a membership through the gym and I worked out there for a couple hours each day before I went to work. And we'll get up really early. I'll go to the gym, work out, take a shower, and then go back to work. And it was so funny because up until that point, when I worked out back in Bulgaria or when I ran in the park prior to this, I had never known how flexible it was, in a sense that people were acknowledging that. And I'm like, oh, I feel kind of embarrassed. Like, I don't want to do this in here. Like, I want to go stretch by myself. So I started working out in the gym and then going back to the gymnastics gym to stretch, because these guys would come up to me and be like, hey, can you teach me how to stretch? I'm like, no, leave me alone. Like, I put my headphones in and just like, leave me alone. I'm not even listening to you. But it was so, yeah, that was a different experience. I don't really like to go out to the gym. Let's go ahead and do our up and downs. That's what it was, up and downs. And you don't have to kick high. If you want to get back up and target your obliques, that's the time to do it. And again, the movement is coming from your inner and your outer thigh. The kick is really not of any importance. So if you kick up here, you're still targeting your obliques, you're still targeting your outer thighs, and you're still targeting your inner thighs. So irrelevant of how high you kick. Perfect. Keep on going. Like I said, those are lazy. You can talk with your mom on the phone and still do them. You can really do any movement. As long as you have a flex and a toe point and you're doing an up and down and a circular movement, any way you do it, you can't go wrong. I mean, even if you're not following a particular pattern. I do those when we go to the beach all the time. I get up really early, I lay out on the beach, and that's exactly what I do. But those are like, I don't do any other exercises when we're on vacation. I just kind of do like my lazy exercises on vacation. Let's do 10 more here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I'm not doing 1, 1. So that's 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, so this, well, right leg for me, depending on where you are, has been resting for a while. So let's give it a little work to do. So lay down if that feels comfortable for you, or you can be up here. You have a couple options with your top leg. You can put it in front of you, hold it. You can put it in front of you and not hold it at all. You can put it behind you, hold it if you want to. Your arm position really is irrelevant. Your main movement is coming from your bottom leg. So what you do with the top one doesn't matter. What I like to do is lay down this way, just because it feels more comfortable for me. But that's up to you. Now, shift your hips forward towards the ground so your heel is up. Because it will be really hard for your heel to be up if you're not shifting your hips down. So if your heel is up, then lift up and down. The higher you lift, the more of your inner thigh you're going to engage. So up to you how high you lift. But if you want more inner thigh work, lift higher. We're not doing many of the inner thigh. You're going to start burning a whole lot faster. Most of us do not work our inner thighs on a daily basis. And we all want that thigh gap, but without the extra work, we're not getting it. Can't get it if you just don't eat. Just doesn't work that way. I know like some girls are like, oh, you must not eat anything. No, I eat. It's just what I put into my body. Okay, keep on going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now shift your hips forward and point your toe. Just gonna lift up and down. Body image for me has been something that reappeared recently on social media because everyone is really quick to judge or say positive or negative things without knowing the full story. And you guys, like, I don't know, you know those people that look like they're shredded all the time and they look a six pack and you look through their Instagram or through their Facebook or through whatever social media platform you're looking at and they're a rip. Guess what? You know what they do? Nobody looks like that 365 days of the year. I have days that I'm like, oh goodness, I look great today. And I have days like, what did I eat last night? Did I swallow like 10,000 gallons of water? I'm so bloated. So nobody looks great all the time. People choose to put their good photos on social media because they want people to see them that way. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that somebody looks amazing all the time. That's why I post videos and photos of me bloated, of me skinny, of me fat, of me everything else in between, because we are human. We go through phases like that. I'm not gonna post a video on just days that don't look good and shoot like 100 videos in that day and post them throughout the week. No, you're gonna see me on Monday, you're gonna see me on Tuesday, you're gonna see me with makeup, you're gonna see me without makeup. You're gonna get the real deal. You're not gonna get little bitty bits and pieces of, oh, my good days. That's not realistic. Nobody has their good days all the time. Let's go ahead and flex. But going back to like all these models looking people, I promise you, 90% of them take a gazillion pictures with different outfits on a beautiful place and they post it throughout the month or throughout a couple of months. And you get the idea that they have this perfect life, this perfect body, they're always looking good. But in reality, think about it and really think about it. Do you look amazing every single day? Do you feel amazing every single day? And how does the world see you on social media? They don't see you on your ups. They don't see you on your downs. So let's go back. So almost kick back, flex your foot and kick back. So think about that the next time you're hurting yourself and you're judging yourself and you don't find acceptance in your body, and appreciate all the hard work that you do because you're working at it. I mean, if you're watching this video, you're wanting to change something. So you're working hard at changing your body. Don't judge yourself, and we can be our worst critics. Don't judge yourself based on somebody else's looks. Let's go ahead and do something different. So we're gonna do a combination. If you're not loving the combination, you can stay somewhere else. So point your toe up and flex it back. So point up, flex back, point up, flex back. We're not doing many of those. I know you guys are burning. I'm burning too. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a little bit of circles. So circle one way, and then we're gonna circle the other way. My inner thigh is on fire, you guys. I guess I've talked way too much and I forgot about circles. Other way. I've been burning. I won't be able to walk tomorrow. I do this often. Why am I burning so bad? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we are done with this leg, and let's give it a little love and a little stretch. Okay, any stretch that you want. I am just stretching on this side because that feels comfortable for me right now. But anything that's going to release the pain, pull on your toes, flex them and point them. Switch to the other side. We're going to work that side too, so let's give it a little love. Okay, and back down we go. Again, irrelevant what you do with that top leg. Remember the drill from last time. Easier on this side. Flex your toes, so hips are facing the floor. You're rotating from your back and you're pointing your heel up. So up you go. Perfect. I'm not going to get distracted on this side. I'm going to do the right thing. I think. Maybe, possibly. Okay. So do about 15 more here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So put your hips back down, facing the wall in front of you or wherever you're working out in front of you. Lift your hip up and down, up and down. The movement is coming from your inner thigh, so make sure you're engaging your whole entire leg and you're lifting from here. You're not lifting anywhere else. There's absolutely no other movement. It's all coming from your inner thigh. Perfect. Keep going here. Tiny little minute movements. Shape up those inner thighs. All right, guys, let's do 15 more. Trying to concentrate on those numbers. Promise I'm not going to kill you in this leg. We're gonna do the right amount. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now flex your toes. Flexion always feels more of, like, I feel like more my ACL, my MCL. And I'm good with that. Last year, was it last year? Every year we go skiing, but I think it was last year that we went skiing and I fell off my skis because the snow was melting. So it was like late afternoon, the sun had been out all day, the snow was melting at the end of the little ski route that I was skiing, and flex your toe back, and I fell off my skis. It was like icy, so I couldn't stop. There was people in front of me. One ski went behind me, the other one went in front of me. So I decided, I was like, oh, I'm fine. My MCL is feeling a little bit, but I'm fine. I go back on the lift, and I think it was like a 4-mile run. I go back on the lift, I go down again. Well, I'm feeling my MCL at this point. I fall a couple of times. I go through this little, like, I guess, wooden area, like, so you can do little tricks. And I fall on there. My husband comes and gets me. And then I fall again. My MCL at this point is giving out. And I'm like, okay, I can't get back on the skis because I know I'm going to fall in the icy area. Like, my MCL is just keeps on giving out here. Luckily, I had not tore it, but I spent the rest of the afternoon being dragged down on a little sled down the mountain in the little urgent care throughout the whole entire afternoon, and it was not a pleasant experience. So this year when we went skiing, I was really careful. I was like, oh, I'm not really want to go in the icy area. I'm just going to go down and watch you guys. Let's go up and down. So there were little combinations, but it just taught me to be really careful. I just took it for granted because I like to push through whenever I'm struggling with something. And I'm like, it's just a little pain, it's okay, I'm gonna get through it. And sometimes you just have to learn and to step back and listen to your body. That was a hard lesson for me. When I'm determined to do something, I just kind of tend to go for it and do it. Okay, let's do our circles. And one way we go. We're not doing many circles, and that's our last thing, you guys, so push through. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, other side. I am burning too, I know. So let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect, you guys. I think we deserve a stretch. I don't know what you think, but I am dying for a stretch. You know I love to stretch. Okay, so getting a straddle. And just sit here for a minute. Let your inner thighs relax and loosen up a little bit. It's gonna take a second, especially on that left side that we just worked. Perfect. Go from side to side. Loosen up a little more. And reach to one side. I can feel my right leg popping up already. Like I always say, be mindful with your stretches. Stay where you're at today. Let's go ahead and face your shin. You can go ahead and put your shin to your chin. Your chin to your shin. Vice versa. And other side. Turn around. Chin to shin. I always get those two confused. I make the difference of it, but I make like after I say it, I'm like, oh, I said that wrong. Okay, and go to the middle. I love middle splits, guys. I think most of the times when I'm editing videos, I sit in the middle split. My husband always makes fun of me. He's like, yeah, you worked out an hour, but you're sitting here stretching your muscles, getting them more lengthy, so that doesn't count. So let's go ahead and instead of doing a figure 4, get a little hips open. Here, don't press down on your hips if you're not comfortable yet. It takes a little while to open up your hips, but it's so great to have your hips open. Most people don't realize whenever they're working on their splits or whenever they're working on any kind of exercise, stretch routines, that they're not concentrating on their hips, so they're going through the motions of doing like all these different exercises, but they don't realize whenever you don't work your hips, you're not going to get that movement from your hips. Okay, let's go to the other side. Whichever way you want to get in it, it doesn't matter. I'm thinking one day this week I'll probably do like a little stretching slash progression exercise and do kicks. We used to love doing kicks when I was younger, and my husband and I were talking about it earlier. He liked doing those too when he was a kid, and you don't realize how great they are, but they're easy, and so you don't think about them as like a hard exercise. You're just kicking your leg, you're having fun, and whenever you're a kid, you just think it's something that you do for fun, but you actually trigger all muscle groups. So we'll do a little kicking exercises. All you need is a wall and yourself, so those will be easy. Okay? Perfect. Now, if you can, get into a butterfly, and we're gonna do something else to open our hips next. Whichever way you wanna do a butterfly, that's absolutely fine. If you wanna start with one that's lighter and walk yourself in a little bit at a time. Stretch your upper body on top of your lower body, feel your back. And walk your butterfly in if you haven't yet. Okay, my last hip opener, and I love this one. You're gonna start off somewhere up here with your legs wide open first. So start up here, and you're gonna have this huge gap that looks like a little triangle. With time, walk yourself down on it so your hips are touching, and that's what you're ultimately looking to do. But start up there wherever you're comfortable. It's kind of like a middle split, but with time, once you get down, it feels absolutely amazing because you can feel your hips release. And if you are down, you can go ahead and do a little diamond. So your toes are together, and stay here for as long as you like. Once you're done, get up, and we are done with our easy and lazy mat Pilates workout. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet, and give me a like, hit on the notification button. See you guys next time.